from Yat Dragon. This is Ji Sifu, and also of course Mark Josie on YouTube. Hope you like the flute. So this lesson today, the lecture today, will be basically answering one very commonly asked question on my private mail or inbox on YouTube, which is, why do you guys burn incense? I get this question all the time by email or even by private message or comment. Sometimes people just don't understand why we burn incense and why we have incense pot and all that stuff. So in this lecture, we'll talk about the we'll repeat a little bit from our previous lectures, talking about why we have an altar and such, and then we'll lead on to why we burn incense. Okay, so more details, and of course bringing you some action, like really showing you how we burn incense every day and such like that. You know, some demonstration which makes it more fun than just purely talking. Okay, let's get going. The altar, okay, in Cantonese it's called Tan. Tan, T-A-A-N, Tan. Okay, now this Tan right here is the ultimate lifetime investment of any of my disciples or myself who practice magic. This thing is not for like worshiping, praying, you know, like paying respect, whatever, to some kind of entity, some kind of beings up there. It's not about that kind of stuff. If you have not joined in, I should say join in, or watched our previous videos on the other lectures, don't worry. I will explain this again here because it's a very, very important concept, which is in these things, okay, we do not worship, pray, or you know, those kind of thing to a being or a entity or whatever thing. Okay, so there's no one up there looking at you while you do your stuff, and then you have to like, oh, pay respect, you know, bow to them, kneel to them. No. That is absolutely not what we're doing. What we do. Okay, it's absolutely not that. What we're doing and why we have this altar, the Tan. First of all, let's take a look at the concept of magic and magic power. Okay, this is very, very important. Now, we do magic. For example, say you are doing a spell, or you're trying to write a fu like this. Okay, fu, fu. Like this, okay? A fu. Now these things are, as I explained before, this is not just writing. This is charged with power, with energy, and also a lot of work done to it. Just to activate it, not to write it, okay, just to activate it, takes about 15 minutes of non-stop work to charge it up, to activate the fu. Now, you have all these magical methods, okay, like saying, okay, you have all the moves, you know, all the action, or all the methods of executing your magic. If we bring this to a more understandable form, it's like when you learn martial art, you learn how to punch, do a kick or elbow, you know, all that moves, you know, like techniques. It's just like these. Okay, teaching you the move is easy. You can just bam, follow, okay, and then the other guy go, okay, bam, follow, okay, done, right? Or punch, and then the other one go punch, easy. But how come your punch and your master's punch is very different in power and like what the effect from the person eating or being punched, right? Like, how come the effect is so different? Because the power, the energy that you can output with your fist compared to the energy that your master have built up over a long period of time doing his daily work and such, to accumulate and build up that power, to develop the power. Now, that power coming out, even if you follow and can copy exactly every microscopic details of the punch that your master is doing, okay, the angles and all that, they're all the same. How come it's still not that powerful? Well, that's because the master have been cultivating and doing his stuff for so many years and building up that power. That is not something you can copy, right? So yeah, it's something like that. Magic is very alike. You need to build up your 功力, okay? 功力, gong is like this is Cantonese, okay? Gong is the accumulative and kind of strength or power or ability that you built up over a period of time of cultivation. Disciplinedly, always, practicing and stuff, and then you build up your stuff. So, like, is the strength, okay? The strength or the power. Now, if you do not do your daily work and do your practice and the cultivation, you will not have much 功力 inside you. For a lot of newbies in our lineage who just came in and start to learn, they always think about like, oh, can you teach me this method? Can you teach me that method? Okay, sure. Like, I mean, you can learn all the stuff you want, but does it really work for you? I mean, you can learn how to do this and that, but it doesn't have the effect as when you are doing it, or as when your sifu is doing it. When I'm doing it, it's not the same. Not the same effect. Because the 功力 within yourself is not there. It's different, okay? It's different level inside, okay? Different level of power inside. Now, why do we have this altar? It's because we need the altar to do work. Okay, let's take a look at this. Now here, you see, this is like a lot of paper, right? It's all Chinese text in there. Now these things are basically spells, a bunch of commonly used spells. You can see like this is over 20 or 30 pages of letter size, very, very small text spells. Now these spells, okay, a bunch of those spells are commonly used with the altar when we do incense, when we burn incense. By infusing our energy, by using spells into the incense, you tune and infuse different types of power or energy into the incense. And the incense brings your power, your energy that you just infused to the altar. While it burns, the altar will convert it and absorb it. And so the stuff is being sucked in to the altar, and the altar stores up the energy. Every day you accumulate more and more energy into the altar. And then from time to time, you do stuff to withdraw that energy that you just input, okay, and then you consume it back after you cultivated the energy on the altar. Now that sounds kind of complicating, right? Now let me just go step 1, 2, 3 and explain, okay? So we have a bottle of incense, or bottle of incense, okay? This is the type of incense we use, commonly used. It's a, now it sounds like doing a review. Okay, so take a look at the incense. We'll show you guys. Okay, so sounds like doing reviews. So basically, this is the red part. We call this the bung, incense bung, and this is the incense body made of sandalwood, covered, like rolled and sticked over the bung. So it pretty much like that. Okay, and it comes in many different lengths. So this is the common size. Like we have a little ruler that actually measures them to see the different length and which type of incense is better for our use and such. But anyway, so it comes like this. You burn here and it will go like that. It goes down, okay? Now, burning incense is really like art. It's not like you have to really be calm and stuff and then burn slowly. No, it's burning incense itself is a form of magic, or a form of executing magic. There's a lot of different ways to burn incense and combo up with different things like spells, symbols and things, or even just moving the incense around. Now, when you hold incense, usually we hold this part, okay, with left hand, this two finger here, and then the other one goes on the bottom. Now the other hand goes around and then thumb on thumb like this, okay? Now this is the most common way to hold incense. There are, might as well just introduce this. There are 5 different common, no, not different, but 5 common basic methods of how we hold incense, okay? The first one is using the left hand, okay, like this, and then the other side go here, okay? Now this one is called man hang. Man is we refer to the internal workings of hang, of the incense. What we're doing is when we are doing our daily incense and stuff, we infuse the power spells, okay, what we call the heart spells, Saam Law. Now these are basic and most important spells that you'll be taught when you ordain into the lineage. The first few power spells, or the Saam Law, the heart spells, they're the same, okay? The first few are really to help you to activate and execute, or like to bring in energy, to kick in the power, the magic power. And then you can use it by doing different magical methods. So let's say we do the spells with this method, okay, man hang, doing it with the internal workings kind of thing. Now what happens is your energy will not be ejected and output into the incense. It will go to the incense, tune the incense energy so that you made changes to it, and then the energy go back to you. And then after that, you put the incense, okay, after you're done infusing the spell, put the incense into the pot. While the pot is like holding your incense and you're burning, what happened is because the incense have a bit of your magic power, your energy, okay? Now it marks that the incense is linked to you. When you're burning, this incense inside the pot here, what happened is your magic power, the spell, will activate the incense right here, and then keep on channeling energies from the other dimension, or whatever we call the power lineage power network, okay, from the lineage, and then the energy goes from there to your altar, okay, to the incense and the altar. And while it's doing that, it's going to have a bit of commission going to you, because the incense is linked to you energetically. So why you're burning incense daily with this man hang method? It's because you want to, first of all, use your energy to connect the incense to the lineage power network. And then while it's burning on the altar, it draws the energy from the lineage power network to your altar, and then to the incense, and the incense will also send a commission percentage to you. So by doing that, you're building your power with the incense, and you're also building the power of the altar and with yourself. So by doing that, you're already cultivating your energy, your magic power daily. Now this is the man hang method. Now the mo hang method is kind of different. The mo hang external method, same thing, but reverse the other hand. Okay, right hand holding the incense like that. Now this is the Mo Hung method. Mo, well, you can directly translate it to like Mo as in like martial art kind of Mo, but it's not that kind of meaning. Mo is actually meaning to interact with the external source. So, what you're doing with the same spells infused, but holding it this way, like this, okay? What happened is your magic power will not just stay in the little framework here. Like, it's not going to just go here, tune it, and then go back, and then so it start to do work. No, this one is, okay, you infuse the spell, you put it to the, you infuse the spell, and now the magic power goes from you, okay, it channels down to you, go into the incense. Now the incense holds your magic power, okay? It holds your magic power, your little bit of magic power that you just infused. Now while it's burning on the altar, inside the pot here, okay, your magic power will be sucked in, absorbed by your altar. Now that is like feeding your altar with your channeled in energy. You can compare it to like well, let's say we're living in a forest, and you got a but you got a pet, okay? You got a cat at home. Now, imagine this is your cat. So every day, the Mo method is like, oh, you go out and pick some fruits, go back home and feed your cat. Okay, that's about it. Okay, so you take something from the external source, and then bring it and feed it to this thing, okay? The internal method is kind of different. It's like you're playing with the cat. So the cat gets to know you more. And every time when you play, okay, you kind of have to take a toy and then, work with the cat. But the cat is not going to eat your toy, okay? You don't have anything lost in the transaction. So while you're playing with the cat, every day, the cat knows you more and will understand you more, and also you will build your relationship with the cat too. So that's kind of like the kind of different, okay? So yeah, I want to use the method like the example of living in a forest, because it's more like you can go out the wild and take stuff home, okay? Well, you can say we live in an apartment and you have to go out and buy stuff, but doing magic is not like buying stuff, so it's kind of different. Okay, you'll know more as we go on, okay? So basically, this is the two very simple and very basic method of holding incense and doing the same kind of spell. Now, before we move on to the third, fourth, and fifth method and introducing them, let's talk about how we usually burn incense, okay? Now, we talked about there's a bunch of Saam Zao, the heart spells or the power spell kind of thing, okay? Now, this power spell or the Saam Zao, the heart spell, it's very important. You learn those and you get those when you first ordain into our lineage, okay? So these spells are like the key, like a key for you to unlock or to get or to start using the magic power that you're supposed to get. Now, before we get into the details about the incense, let's talk a little bit about how your magic power or how our magic power is channeled to your body and such. Okay, so normal people, like normal human being, does not have magic power, because we are more of a physical being. Our spiritual side, the energy side, okay, the spiritual side of us, it's more like disabled when we are born. Not that we are totally disabled, but we are more disabled than the other beings in other dimensions. The thing is, okay, you get your physical body, and we are very, very physically enabled. So that is our property. Now, in order to achieve the spiritual side, the spiritual power, instead of just the physical power, it takes a lot of training and method and knowledge and wisdom and stuff like that. So human being, a lot of different cultures will actually get into a stage where they all start to invest and think about how to build up your spiritual power. Now, just like saying we invent hunting, martial art, and stuff to build up our physical power. Now, humans all have their time and history of building the spiritual power. Different cultures have different religions and stuff like that. So every religion is actually, like, even though the religion is built up from a hoax or like whatever scam, but it's the same. The concept is they are building a spiritual power, a belief from whatever, okay? Even though the belief can be false or fake or like, made up from some fake story and the stuff don't even exist. But you know what the main concept is? Because a lot of people believe in the same thing, the leader gathers up and accumulate these belief power, okay, or the whatever you call that, the intention power, the brain power, the brain wave, whatever you call that, okay. Whenever people have a strong belief of something, the intention, the power right here, have a little like it forms a different kinds of energy that not science can explain. But yes, there is this belief power there, okay? And that is also why when there's like these people who believe in a religion, it doesn't matter if the religion is real or fake or whatever. There are always sometimes when people say, oh, I find that my religion is working, like it's showing me it's real and stuff like that. It's not because the religion itself. Sometimes it's just because the believers, the followers of the religion is getting so massive. The kind of brain power that they have gathered up in the history or in that time period, it's very massive. So when you actually also like super get into this thing, you will also be synchronized with that bunch of energy, and the energy will then be doing stuff. Okay, so when you're doing magic or whatever, prayers, whatever, even though it's like the stuff at the back is fake, the energy is not fake because the energy is from human being. Now, the leader or the more skilled people inside that religion or the lineage will know how to manipulate or to control the energy and use it on ways that they wanted to use it for. So not all religions will be like teaching you how to use the energy they have accumulated, but then a lot of them will know how to use it. Okay, so these energy, the brain waves, the brain energy, okay, the intention energy, the spiritual energy, is actually one very important ingredient or element to magic. There are many different styles of magic in this world, be it witchcraft, Wicca, whatever culture. Every culture have their magic and stuff. Okay, but you see, most of us, like naturally, human being will want to like seek for the truth, and then they will want to see, oh, this magic lineage or whatever you call those, okay? They promote this whatever god, whatever deity. Oh, it's fake. It doesn't exist. Whatever, okay? So people will always want to see whose story is real, whose story is like real history. Like this guy actually is proven to exist. Whatever. Now, one thing you missed is even the story is fake, okay? Even it's fake. It doesn't matter. The thing is, they gathered up your belief power if they have a system to do it. And a lot of them does. So even though these magic lineage or whatever traditions have a fake history, a fake made-up god, it doesn't mean that they are powerless. Because of the amount of followers, the believers that they have gathered up over time, or even, you can say, like, even if they scam or they trick people into it, it doesn't matter. The main thing is they have people, a lot of manpower, believing in something. That thing will have energy gathered up. Okay? So when you are in there and you have synchronized yourself to this belief, the energy will be there for you. And you can use it if you have the method. Now, that is scary because a lot of different magic lineage and stuff may be kind of fake, but when they do stuff, it actually does have some kind of effect because the energy is there. Okay, the story can be fake, but the energy is not, because the energy is from the human being who always do their stuff routinely and daily or whatever, like the prayers, whatever. And even though the stuff they promote, the story behind can be fake, the energy from the human inputting it daily is not fake. So magic is like this for a lot of different cultures and religions and stuff like that. So that is basically how it works for these things. Now for our lineage, when we practice this magic here, the Saam Law Sun Gung that we practice, is similar, but there's a little difference to it. Is that we focus on teaching the disciples or you how to build up your own pool of energy, while our lineage gathered up or accumulated power is actually going to be your kick-starting energy, your primary backup energy and stuff like that. And we teach you how to build up your own pool of energy, cultivate it, and then you can use your own pool of energy. You can learn to input, like you don't blindly input. You learn that you can input or to input or send your energy to the lineage network, or you can request energy from the lineage network. Now these are not done blindly in our lineage. Like, you are not being tricked to do or told to do a certain movement daily to have that effect or whatever. Like, it's not like that. You actually do, or you will understand every movement, every procedure that you're doing, what kind of result is going to happen, what you're trying to achieve. It's very important to know, and you have the choice. Okay, like, let's say you want to output more, you want to contribute more to the lineage power network instead of using more. Well, you can do that. You know the method, you have the choice, you have your own freedom in your cultivation. And by making different choices, everyone's achievement then becomes different. But the main thing is, you are not just always asking someone or some sort of being for help, for energy, or like that. Like, it's not like that, okay? Now, practicing our magic is like you are learning, for example, it's just like kind of like learning weightlifting or something like that. You have to build up your power every day, okay? Even though you have a strong backup, which is the lineage power source that is accumulated and cultivated by many people before us. And so, like, it's not like you just go in the lineage and you can start doing all the magic you want. You have to learn to build up and develop your magic power, or else there'll be no power for you to use. Very fun, eh? Now, let's get back to the incense right here and go on. Now, by doing your heart spells daily, your heart spells, okay, the Saam Law, is to channel in the energy from the lineage power network, the power bank that is accumulated and cultivated by everyone in the lineage, including those before us. So, when you do your heart spells, infuse it into the incense, you are doing work with the lineage power network. You're drawing in energy and then using it on the incense, no matter it's internal or external style. Okay? So, this is how we do our daily incense. Usually we take the incense. First of all, we hold the incense like so. And then we have our lighter. Okay? We never light the incense like this. Okay? Never do that. We have a special candle right here. Now this candle is special not because of its appearance. It's because we have done a magic activation or attunement, whatever you call that. Okay, I don't know the English term, but in Chinese we say we have checked this thing. Okay, meaning that we have embedded or bond a special type of power or energy or spells to this candle, which makes it do a certain thing. Okay, so this is one of the two special candle that we use. This one we call the Man Kuk candle. Man Kuk for internal work. It goes to the left side of your altar. There's also a Mo Kuk external right here, external candle. Now, doing daily incense is internal work, so we do it right here. Okay. Now, a lot of people, when they hold incense and try to like go like that to align the head, okay, we actually do it on this right here on the palm of the tail or the whatever you call that. Okay, the bone. And then to light the incense. Little trick to lighting incense is put the incense head above the flame, a little bit above the flame, like just a little bit. So it will attract the fire to go up, and it actually does lit the incense faster. Okay? After you're done with the incense going like that on fire, basically go up and down once. Okay? Do not take this incense and go and try to like make the fire go out. Okay, just go like that, up and down. Good enough. Okay, when you shake the incense, you are disturbing the energy flow. Okay, for example, let me try again. Oops. Flame. Okay, there we go. If you go like this, first of all, okay, the ashes or the burning head may flick off and burn your clothing, burn your carpet and stuff like that. The second thing is the energy on the incense or inside the incense is being disturbed, like in a very chaotic situation, like when you shake a bottle of water. Okay, now you do this. That's good enough. 1 or 2 times, it will the flame will go out. Now, just to show you this, because usually you have to face the altar to do it. Now I'll face you when I'm doing this. Okay, just to show. Okay, Man method. Hold like this. Mo method. Man, and then the other side go here. Okay, when we do incense in the morning, we are infusing our stuff into the altar. So we put it right here and then out a little bit. Now you say the heart spells, and after we're done with one heart spells, we stomp the left foot once. And then you're done with the other one, you stomp again. and stop. So basically, depending on the level of your of what level you're in the lineage, it depends on how many heart spells you have. So after you're done with all the spells, okay, you knock your forehead to the thumb like this 3 times, okay? Not with this to bang on your forehead. This doesn't move, but your head moves down. And when you're done, okay, you put the incense in like this. Okay? And then, like, this is the most basic thing, okay? And then we use a Sam Hung Kut. Now this is a hand sign called heart incense hand sign, like this. And then put together. Okay? And then we put this right here. Okay? 1, 2, 3. When we are done, that's it. And usually we have this bowl. Okay? It's called the heng in Cantonese. We'll hit the thing once with a spell. 通神法令. Okay? Now that completes the very, very most basic incense doing for the morning. Now this is super basic, okay? Usually when you learn, it's not that basic. But yeah, just going through a little like rundown of this. Why do we have to bow if we are not like praying or whatever, worshiping something, right? Why do you bow? Usually people think when you bow, it means that you're bowing to someone, like it got to be paying respect to someone, right? But no, that's not the case with this magic thing. Our body is it's attuned, like when you ordain, okay? That's why you need to ordain to learn magic. You cannot just, watch YouTube and expect to learn everything, okay? So you need to ordain. If you're interested in learning and really want to get started, you have to ordain into our lineage, okay? If you don't ordain, there's a lot of things you cannot do because your body is not attuned to have these features to do magic, okay? So now this is one feature. Is when you are ordained, your body gets attuned. And we actually have to do stuff to make your body be responsive or reactive to different parts of your different bodies, your spiritual body. Okay, so by touching different places or doing different postures, different hand signs, stuff like that, you are using your body like a map, like a body map to map where the energy have to go to. So if you say, okay, I want the energy to go to my soul body, my soul, okay, the soul body. Now you have to know where that part, where the entry point is, how, like which spot to press or to bang into to get stuff enter there and go to the soul. The best comparison or the best example is like Chinese medicine theory, where we talk about pressure points and how the pressure point on your body is like a point that you can poke or you can do work on it to make it reflect or reflex. Okay, so yeah, like you poke here, and then it will do this, and then somehow your other organs that is not here, somewhere here, will have reaction. Now the same theory goes to magic. You use the body, the human body, different parts will make your other spiritual body have reaction. So by doing this, or maybe even doing this, or doing whatever here, will have different reactions. So by putting your hand here to do incense, or here to do incense, or here to do incense, it's a different magic, different effect, different purpose. It's totally not the same, because these parts have different places that they correspond to. So by putting your hand right here and going like this, okay, what we are doing is actually to mark the incense, the energy, the magic that you did. Okay, we marked that this have to go into our spiritual body. So when the energy is being transferred to the altar, to the incense, the energy also goes to you, and you will take in and also absorb in the energy as well. So by doing that, you mark that this is for you. Sometimes we do incense without doing this, or without you bowing on purpose, because you don't want this thing to get into you. You want it to just do work out there. So then you don't have to do this. Okay? It's not like you have to do it because of some whatever respect and stuff like that. It's not like that. Every move is explainable because there's a reason behind the movement. Now this is very fun, eh? Okay, now let's go over the third, fourth, and fifth method quickly, not to make the video too long. Now the third method is like this. Left hand holding the incense, right hand sword finger. Now put it down here like this. Okay. Now this one is called Fat Ling Hung. Okay. Fat Ling Hung is Fat, as we said, is the word for magic, but Fat actually means the ability or the power to proceed, to make something move, process. Okay. Fat Ling Hung, by doing this, is to give a command, to command the energy to do work. For example, if you're doing incense to do things like exorcism, or you're doing things like you have a command, you have an action that you want to do with the incense, then you need this. Okay. For example, if we're doing an incense to portal to someone, to something fall out. So we want to portal to someone. We want to send a some magic to, I don't know, like your friend, something like that. Okay. Now, by holding the incense like this, you will tune the energy so that the energy on the incense knows that it's going to do work, instead of just there to receive or to whatever. Okay, so this is the purpose of Fat Ling Hung. You hold it like this, same thing, you stomp the spell, and then do your magic and such. Okay. Oh, next thing is like this, with the thumb. Okay, like this, the thumb right here, the other side, same thing. Okay, both thumb clamping the incense like that. Now this we call Guang He Hung. Now this one is to choose to not infuse all of your magic power into this, but you choose to just infuse the most important survival element of magic power into the incense. Now what it does is like saying, human, you need oxygen, you need water to survive, right? But usually we don't just give oxygen and water, we give everything that we have by doing this. Okay, now this is just to choose to give the elements that your magic power needs to survive or to operate. So by doing this, you are infusing only those elements to the incense and to the altar. Now your altar gets these elements, and it helps the altar to not to increase in quantity in terms of your magic power, the cells of the magic power, but it actually helps it to increase the living power or the survival energy, so that it helps your altar to get stronger, or to like that. You can compare this to like food and human being. Okay, if we're infusing or doing magic like this with the incense and putting it there, it's like you are putting more people. No, well, more people is good, but the problem is you need more food. If your altar does not have enough food, even you have more people, they're going to die anyway. Okay, so it's not going to work. But if you have like enough people, and then now we're just putting food and water into the altar, then all those people will get a better chance of surviving, and also can do more work because you gave them more things that they can consume. So this is a good metaphor. By doing Guang Hei Hung like this, you're infusing the elements that the magic power needs to survive, to operate, and stuff like that. It's like giving them fuel. Yeah, like that. Okay? Now the last one, with the middle finger, same theory, but middle finger like this. Okay? Now this one, you point the incense, like when it's lit up, you point the incense toward the altar like this. You can put the hand right here, or put the hand right here, or put the hand right here. Okay, the belly. Now, 3 different types of, like 3 different places to put the incense. Now, this thing is called Dok Fat Hung. Dok Fat Hung is to request for Fat, the energy, the magic power, the energy that allows you to do stuff, okay? The magic power. Now, Dok Fat Hung is to request. Request from what? From where? From the altar. Your altar. Okay? So, that means you are withdrawing instead of inputting stuff into the altar. Now, in the previous like 1, 2, and 3, 1 and 2 method, you are inputting. Okay? Man and Mo Hung, you're inputting stuff. Now the third method, Fat Ling Hung, you are using stuff. Okay? Now the fourth method, with the thumb, Guang Hei Hung, you are inputting stuff. You're inputting your survival magic power energy into the altar. Now this last one is to withdraw. You are withdrawing energy from the altar to you. Why do you want to do that? Well, the thing is, you cannot just learn to put in stuff and not learn to withdraw stuff, right? So this is your bank, your little safe. You're putting in stuff all the time. You can use the energy from it all the time. But now this method is to, like for example, sometimes you are so drained. You are in need of replenishment. You're in need of reinforcement because you feel so drained after a ceremony, after a whatever thing that you just did. You need power to power yourself up. So, or sometimes you just need power to boost yourself up. So you can use this method to get power into yourself. By doing it on different position, you're getting the power to channel to different parts of your body, the spiritual bodies and your physical bodies and such. So where this thing is going to replenish, what it's going to replenish is controlled by where you put your hand and what spell you use and such. So, by doing this, you take energy from the altar to you. Now the question is, how much can you take and how much energy do you have stored in your altar? Again, if you never save up money, you will not have money to take from your bank account. Same theory goes to magic, goes to this thing. If you never cultivate it, or if you are a newbie, your altar is very new, very naked. it's very plain. You don't have much stuff on it or in it. So when you do this, even you know the method, you cannot draw as much power from the altar as another student with a powerful altar. It's not the same because you have not invested enough for yourself to take. As you can see, it's a fair game. It's all about how much you have invested or put into the altar and result in how much you can take when you need it. So basically, yeah, this method is like not very commonly used by myself, but I did try it and like not tried but used it myself, and it's actually a very good method to use when you're super drained after some very big ceremony, whatever that you have done. You really do feel weak and drained after you have done some big stuff, and you need this to help yourself regenerate and replenish the energy. So it's useful, but it's not like you have to use it daily to, keep getting stuff from the altar. That's not healthy. We save up more than use, and we save up more than withdraw. So by doing that, okay, you can at least accumulate a good amount of those energy and cultivate those with the altar. And by doing that over a longer period of time, you have more and more and more energies built up there, your own energy pool of energy that you can use. So remember, guys, this is why we burn incense and there's no free lunch. You need to do your cultivation daily in order to have the power to use. It's not like you just need to learn how to draw a symbol, how to do a spell, and then you'll be Superman. That's not true. Having the methods of magic, like the methods or the symbol, the spells, be whatever it is, it's not going to make you more powerful by having more methods. The power is developed and accumulated and cultivated by yourself by using the altar. And by doing daily work such as burning incense, you will be able to accumulate and build up the power, just like people do weightlifting and running, whatever. Over a long period of time, you have the power, the skills, and stuff like that. Without that, everything is just very empty, very weak, and useless. So yes, the magic that we teach, the magic that we use, it's very powerful when you do the proper stuff, the cultivation. But if you don't do the cultivation, even giving you the whole binder of notes, it won't make you better. So as you can see, our magic, Saam Law Sun Gung, it's very logical and very reasonable, fair kind of thing to everyone. The harder, the better, the smarter you cultivate, and the more effort you put in it, the more power you can withdraw, and the more effective your magic is. Okay, so basically that's it for this video. Just pretty cool, showing you some incense method and such. Now this is a good intro, but there's a lot more to it. Stay tuned for our future videos, and don't forget to comment below to tell me what you guys want to know, and I may put both those questions on the list and consider doing them as some of my video lectures. So hope you like it. Share the videos out. Okay, remember to subscribe and like. Bye-bye.